Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2 on the Mysterious JG. We don't need to return to the surface, we need to deal with Rook. Should be on this level somewhere. And then from there we hop on down to level 60 in the Great Cloister and have to drill down to level 70, encountering 2 enemies along the way. And we'll basically have oversold everything except the boss that's waiting at level 100. And the second of the 2 bosses down there can't be oversold, so be it.
Piece of cake.
Alright, you now can run. Everyone else, sit here and get hit with 100 needles. Don't just escape, you assholes. Alright, Riku's gonna learn it. Now, if this one has the guts to do that shit again to Pain instead of running away like its buddy did, we'll know if it starts dancing. There we go. So they've all learned the 1,000 needles. They've all learned all the blue bullets, blue magics, whatever you want to call them. And they can go back to Landy Yang. I mean, they can go back to Mascot Dress Sphere. And at some point, probably using the creature creator, monster, or whatever factory, where I can get a controlled battle against something that doesn't do much damage but it has a lot of hit points, so you can keep using techniques against it. We'll need to get the darn, it's not. For a split second there, I thought, oh, that might be the sound of the Rook, that giant brood thing. Yeah, but we'll need to learn those ultimate. You know, none of these guys are oversold, so I could be killing them for points. That's what you get for teaching us 1,000 needles. Now we don't need you anymore.
This is your lucky day.
Just want to kill the giant salad, even if it's defensing up. There you go, and now we can run. I was trying to escape, but I'll wait this attack out, see what it's about. Oh, it's about making me nauseous. I got you. Nausea powder, also known as a visit from Joel Gertner. The quintessential stud weapon. You are not who I was hoping for. At least the enemies down here with a little bit more experience when I can just... Not much more, though. We will be thoroughly overpowered when we get to the actual end game. I do you, and then I die, probably. Yep, guards against doom. All that nonsense with your fancy altar and your Grim Reaper and nothing.
All yours, Yuna. Where are you going?
Can I Take a little break. You can't make me stay. You're not the boss of me. Oh, shit. Didn't accidentally kill the wasp. Oh, well, whatever. Means now I'll have to fight them until they Oversoul again if I really care.
I got a good feeling about
None of what's left to kill is a wasp type enemy. This is just an example of me wanting everything to be Oversouling all the time. I actually know exactly what I've got left. I've got a giant bird, I've got a giant flan, and I've got a thing that looks like guardian beast. So anything else I could be killing. Oh, and I can't kill ultimate weapons or omega weapons. Because there's the boss that we're facing is of the same build. Okay, well the heavy salad is overselling, so I can start messing with this party now. It says Rook, level 50 through 59. There it is. He's just waiting for me to get impatient. Now we can flee to a level higher up, go to the Great Cloister, head down to 60, saving ourselves about 10 levels worth of transit. But we gotta remove the lure bracer. Or the same animal will continue to follow us. It's like a man key. Once it starts to thrash, will follow us forever. Alright, brother can lose the lure bracer for a while. Actually, catnip wouldn't be a bad accessory for him to have. Like any of the monsters could make some use out of it, potentially. Save the game just in case I screw something up. I'm thinking we should probably knock out this oversouling all the enemies except the boss. And it's not like the boss you're going to recognize them when I tell you the name of the boss that we have to fight at level 100. There's two bosses down there. If I told you the oversoulable boss, it's not going to be a big giveaway. It's just like a name for an enemy. And yet I've been really careful not to do it, so I guess I won't do it now. But that'll be like the last thing left to Oversoul. So now we go down to 60, fight our way down to level 70. And along the way we need to face a Flan Azabache, which I believe we did run across, and an Azi Dahaka, which I don't remember us running across. And other than enemies with the Omega weapon build, I guess we could be fighting everything for level. So be a Mega Tonberry here, yeah. Not sure if there's any point to oversouling stuff in your second playthrough. You can't really get redundant copies of the garment grids. You can get redundant copies of dress spheres, which means you can put the same dress sphere in multiple places on one garment grid.
Bring it, punk.
In theory, you play through the games enough times, you can get some real use out of that, because you're going to end up passing through gates and unlocking bonus abilities, but not actually changing your job or dress sphere. So yeah, I mean, in theory, that's kind of useful. Sometimes I wonder if I should be using an experience boosting garment grid.
Thank you. Come again.
Because we don't have many levels left to get, but oh. It says next 0, so maybe 99 is the cap. I'll have to see the next time we defeat an enemy if oh, hold on, isn't there like a status I can check? I don't really see any place where you can look at next level. No, there's no place to see how many experience points to the next level. But actually, never mind. It's boosting my experience. It looks like Yuna's got to catch up with the other two, and then she's done. Well, Pain and Riku both hit their level cap in the same battle, which I wasn't really expecting. And meanwhile, my laptop is complaining about some issue, so I'll have to go check that out in a moment.
Ready? You betcha.
Claret Dragon. Likes a lot of red wine. Is a claret a red wine, or is that like port? Am I just totally confused? Well, we won't be using that battle to find out whether they've hit their max level. This one will do it. I certainly won't be using the ultimate dress spheres for each character in the battles, so yeah, never mind. Level 99 is the cap, not 100. So once Yuna hits level 99, there's no point to combat anymore for anything other than learning those through a gate to get double experience. Oh, forget it. I suppose I could, if I really wanted to off-screen, or even on-screen, I could have Yuna and the Lady Luck dress sphere getting double experience from some battles, but we've got 2 of the 3 at max level before we got to this super boss parade. 63. I gotta get to 65 and then look out for Flan Azabache. And then I gotta get down to level 70 and look out for the Haka. And we're done with this. I could, if the video isn't already over, I could probably... I just paused it? I could, well, probably is going to take a while to find these 2, but if it's not, I can try to set up some battles for ultimate dress sphere points. Max those out. Yep. Still jumping around in this scary hell dungeon. I haven't seen this one for a while because we've been going through earlier cloisters where it doesn't care. How you doing? I like you. We can kill you without JG getting all worked up about overselling. Oh, and it does over 1,000, so she'd only have to kill about 33 of those things to level up. So Yuna's... If I was willing to just fight everything, Yuna would be pretty close to leveling up. As it is, there's only a handful of enemies I'm willing to engage. My orders of execution. And I will try to avoid combat with the Megatomber, even though it might theoretically be a good way to level Yuna up. It'll also take about half the video to fight it. So we'll just sneak around behind it instead.
Leave it to me.
And instead fight big robots. These are big non-yellow robots. Those are big elevator robots. It's kind of interesting to see, though. We got Riku and Pain have the exact same dress sphere and the exact same gear. Because Riku has got crystal gloves and crystal bangle. Pain's got crystal gloves and crystal bangle. But Pain is stronger than Riku with weaker defense, less agility than Riku, less evasion, higher luck, lower accuracy, lower magic defense, lower magic, and more hit points. So they're close in all those areas, but it's still kind of like, wow. I think it's the one, usually it's the one opposite of the path up that, I guess not. Harass ladies. Sextuple attack, wow. I'm blanking on the line from, oh, I can't remember even the name of it now. The Mystery Science Theater where, the guy who lives in Antiseptic Manor turns into a lizard. Oh, Moonrock, yeah. God, what was the name of that one? I can't remember. It's a really good one, too. It's the Indian, guy with the recipe for the soup that has corn, green peppers, onions. Okay, well, I gotta fight in this place now to actually, I don't want to go too much farther without encountering this flan, so, in order to avoid screwing anything up. But, for some reason, it went for a meteor. What the hell? I don't know why I thought about it, but I'm getting tired, folks. It's been kind of a long session here. But I suddenly thought about Moonrock. Oh, wow.
No problem.
Hey, that's the enemy we wanted. And it oversold right away. That's why I was attacking the little clans, hoping this would happen. So all we have left is Azidahaka and the boss that we won't be able to fight until the end anyway. So I can take that lower bangle right off her brother. It was just waiting for me to equip it. He's got the psychic dress here, which I haven't really shown off the girls using the psychic dress very much, have we? I'm not sure if I've used that on camera. It's a very silly one. I'm a little curious. It has some haste type abilities, which are handy. It's one of the only ones that gives you the idea to manipulate where the girls are on the field of battle, although that's not that useful in that many situations. What if I threw Psychic on here? I'm just curious, how badly would Yuna's stats be affected? As a mascot, she's got 255 defense. As a psychic, 191. But her magic and magic defense go up. Well, no, she's got 255, 250. Yeah, magic defense is slightly higher. Evasion goes up, agility goes down. She eats all sorts of stuff. She has auto haste and auto wall, but she no longer has ribbon. You guys haven't had a chance to see the girls in their psychic outfits. So maybe we'll do that just for a change of pace and hope that it doesn't come back to bite me. Anyway, now we're just heading for level 70 to fight Azidahaka. Well, we don't want to kill any of these because it'll mess with the Oversoul count, I think. I'm not sure how that works. But I would definitely want to fight some stuff using the Psychic Dress Sphere so you can see it. Maybe, I was thinking I'll do a second playthrough where they all wear their default dress spheres, so maybe I'll do a second playthrough with this all psychics all the time. Or animal trainer, something stupid that we didn't use much in this first playthrough. Anyway, I saved, so if switching over to the Psychic Dress Sphere screws us up, it can't cost us any more than forcing us to go back and fight Azidahaka.
Come get some. Pain gets all the good lines.
So they're all floating around wearing schoolgirl outfits. There's some, I think, like, there must be some type of manga, or it's like a genre
Where's
of
the fun in
manga
that?
with school children who have psychic powers, who can levitate and have weird visors. Because they all have visors. I don't really get it. Matter of fact, just watching them floating around and running away a couple of times, maybe I don't really need to see them actually defeating enemies. But you'll get to see them defeat a Tonberry. They just blast it with psychic energy and then they float around. Poison himself? What the hell was that?
This is your lucky day.
Feeling lucky? I guess I'll find out what happens if you defeat these guys. And leave the Oversoul one alive. Will one of them be oversold next to them? Do you have to defeat the oversold one to reset the oversold counter? Well, they were both kind of dancing around waiting for the other one to make a move before we... And there they were, dropping S-bombs and L-bombs to, that's an A-bomb from A-Rod! So that we could maneuver our way through this one cave that involved bombs. Ooh, that was close. And of course, I almost screwed that up for no real reward.
Piece of cake.
Well, there's very few battles where we'll actually get to see their victory poses, so... I'll probably just switch them back over to, Mascot before something goes wrong. But yeah, you basically saw it. Various weird variations on Japanese schoolgirl outfits. Not as ludicrously showy as you might have been afraid of. But, yeah, they had basically modified Japanese schoolgirl outfits, and they were floating around. And they had visors. And that's just Psychic Dress Sphere. I believe that was the only one that I wasn't sure I'd shown on camera, at least for a little while. Oh, sextuple attack. And you did 8 damage, so each of your attacks did 8 divided by 6. 4/3 of 1 hit point. 1 and 1/3 hit point damage. That's pretty devastating. Okay, well I can take out these other 2 bugs then. I guess that's the thing we've established. Just finding little ways to get hit points for Yuna in the hopes that I don't have to do a separate run of fights to level Yuna up after all this is over. $68. 2 more to go before I get to where we can encounter Azidahaka. Don't know how confident I am that Azidahaka is going to show up without 100 other encounters first, because I don't remember having really run into it at all when fighting through these levels before. But I am looking forward to seeing that bestiary with every name except for one in red, and that name not revealed because we haven't encountered that enemy. Couple of strategies to deal with that enemy, by the way. I think we're just going to bribe it, but although magic is free for enemies that are oversold, there are also suggestions that you take out its MP, because even though it doesn't need MP to cast spells anymore, the AI will continue to use Osmos to steal MP from you, and while it's doing that, it doesn't really attack you. I was reading some strategies in advance of the ultimate super bosses. Just, you know, whatever. Didn't want to like have a whole bunch of failure videos on camera. So this is it. This is the last dungeon where we can't encounter it. I will have to go from 80 down to 100 again to fight it. Maybe I'll spare you guys watching that. I feel bad. If I'd realized it was going to work this way, I didn't think about it. I thought I would only have to get down to level 100 once. If I'd realized earlier, I wouldn't have done a previous run down, although, in fact, I oversold plenty of enemies in my first run. But, yeah, I just would have oversold them this time. Ooh, that was a much more effective sextuple attack. That was more like 7 hit points of damage for each hit. We're almost at the end of the video. I really just want to knock this out now. Guess I can let this one go a little long, but... How many experience points do you get for Tonberry? 120. I mean, it really shouldn't be as high as the other enemies around here, but... It will take Yuna quite a while to level up that last time by fighting Tonberries. Okay, well... This is one of the cloisters that I don't know how to warp out of. I don't know where the blue teleport up to the exit is in this level. Seems like you can head over that way, but I have never done it before. When you come down here, this... Yeah, you can't jump over there. Oh, you can run over here. It's gotta be over here then. Yep. That was the thing. So we're exploring a whole different section that I didn't know about in this level. Because I figured there had to be some kind of way that you can warp out of here.
Leave it to me.
Waiting for Azidahaka to show up. Level 70, it should be able to show up now. I'm down to about 25 fights against this caliber of enemy before Yuna can level up.